Welcome back, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. In today's exciting video, we're diving into the fascinating world of some of the most valuable and sought-after coins in British numismatic history, the most valuable top 8 United Kingdom 1-penny coins. These coins may look simple and ordinary, but their real worth can surprise even experienced collectors. Whether they're in fine, very fine, or uncirculated condition, these pennies have become true treasures in today's rare coin market, attracting strong collector demand and fetching big prices in US dollars at major auctions. So get ready to discover why these classic British coins are shining stars in the coin collecting world. So let's get started. First up, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and historically significant coins from the United Kingdom, the 1945 1-penny. Don't let its humble and dirty appearance fool you, because this coin has become a hidden gem in today's rare coin market. Even in dirty or circulated condition, the 1945 1-penny is now drawing serious attention from collectors and investors worldwide, fetching impressive prices in dollars at auctions. So, if you've got an old penny sitting in your drawer, stay tuned because it could be worth far more than you imagine. The story of the 1945 United Kingdom 1-penny takes us back to the final year of World War II, a time when Britain was recovering from the hardships of global conflict. Minted during the reign of King George VI, this coin not only represents British heritage, but also a symbol of endurance during one of the most challenging times in history. The Royal Mint produced this coin using high-quality bronze, maintaining the long-standing design tradition of the British penny that had existed for generations. Despite being mass-produced for circulation, few have survived the decades in good form, and those that do, even in worn or dirty condition, have now become precious relics of a bygone era. When we look closely at the unique features of the 1945 1-penny, we find remarkable artistry and craftsmanship. The obverse side bears the elegant portrait of King George VI, designed by Thomas Humphrey Paget, displaying the king's profile with the Latin inscription Georgius 6d. G. Br. OMN. Rex F. Laughing Face. IND. MP. This inscription translates to George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India, marking the coin as a piece of British imperial history. On the reverse side, we see the legendary seated Britannia, holding her trident and shield, a design that has graced British pennies for over a century, symbolizing the strength and pride of the nation. Now, here's where things get exciting for collectors. The rarity of the 1945 1-penny doesn't necessarily come from its limited mintage, but from its survival in collectible condition. Many of these coins were used extensively, leading to heavy wear, dirt, and corrosion over the years. However, modern collectors are actively seeking these coins even in dirty or circulated states because they are becoming harder to find. The charm of a 1945 1-penny lies in its authenticity and historical character. The fact that a coin could survive 80 years of handling and still be identifiable makes it a prized possession among vintage coin enthusiasts. With growing global interest in British pre-decimal coins, demand for 1945 1-pennies continues to rise sharply in the numismatic market. The current market value. This is where collectors' excitement truly peaks. In today's auction scene, the 1945 United Kingdom 1-penny, depending on its condition and presentation, can command values ranging from $250,000. Some particularly well-preserved or highly desirable examples have even reached higher figures when sold to serious collectors overseas. Even dirty or worn examples can achieve impressive prices, especially when authenticated and sold through trusted auction houses. The international market, especially in the United States, Australia, and Canada, has shown a strong appetite for these coins, pushing their dollar value steadily upward. For collectors and treasure seekers, here are some valuable tips. Always handle your coins carefully and avoid cleaning them harshly. Even a dirty 1945 1-penny holds more value in its natural, untouched state. If you find one, store it safely in a coin holder to preserve its condition and prevent further damage. Consider having it graded by a professional coin service to authenticate its originality and boost its market value. Keep an eye on major coin auctions, as demand for British wartime pennies is consistently high, and the market shows no sign of slowing down. The 1945 United Kingdom 1-penny stands as a proud and enduring piece of British history. Its connection to the wartime era, combined with its elegant design and rising collector demand, makes it one of the most sought-after vintage pennies today. Even in dirty or circulated condition, it's a true treasure that continues to gain recognition and value in the global market. So, if you happen to come across one of these coins, hold on to it, because what might look like an ordinary old penny could, in reality, be a small fortune in disguise. Next up, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic and historically rich coins from the United Kingdom, the 1944 one-penny coin. This magnificent piece of British numismatic history has gained significant attention in the global collector's market, especially when found in fine condition. Though once common in circulation, the 1944 one-penny has now become a sought-after gem for collectors due to its wartime origins, classic design, and increasing auction value in today's market. So stay tuned till the end, because you'll be amazed at how much this humble penny can be worth in dollars today. The story of the 1944 United Kingdom one-penny begins during the final years of World War II, a time when Britain was under immense economic and industrial pressure. Despite the challenges, the Royal Mint continued producing coins that symbolized strength and stability for the nation. The penny, made of high-quality bronze, carried not only monetary value but also a sense of national pride. Designed during the reign of King George VI, this coin reflected Britain's determination to maintain its identity and unity even in the toughest times. Each coin minted in 1944 represents a chapter of resilience from the wartime era, making it not just a currency, but a piece of living history that collectors deeply admire today. One of the most striking features of the 1944 one-penny is its elegant design and craftsmanship. On the obverse, it proudly displays the portrait of King George VI, designed by artist Thomas Humphrey Paget, capturing the king's noble and commanding profile. On the reverse, we see the timeless image of Britannia, the personification of Britain, seated with her trident and shield, a symbol of maritime strength and national pride. The detailed engraving, the bold one-penny inscription, and the date, 1944, at the bottom all make this coin a true masterpiece of British minting. The bronze composition gives it a rich, warm tone that ages beautifully, especially when preserved in fine or very fine condition. When it comes to rarity and collector demand, the 1944 one-penny stands out as a highly desirable coin. Although millions were produced during wartime, most were heavily circulated and lost their fine details over the decades. Finding one today in fine or better condition is becoming increasingly difficult, which adds to its exclusivity. Collectors across the world, particularly in the UK, the US, and Canada, are on the lookout for these well-preserved pieces. The combination of its wartime minting, rich history, and attractive design has made it a staple in every serious British coin collection. Its popularity continues to grow as more people recognize the historic value tied to coins minted during the 1940s. Now let's talk about what everyone is curious about: the current market value in dollars. The 1944 one-penny in fine condition can fetch an impressive price in the collector's market today. Depending on the quality, sharpness of details, and overall eye appeal, its value can range anywhere from $165,000, while coins in very fine to extremely fine condition can command even higher prices, sometimes reaching over $270,000 at major online auctions or coin shows. In certified mint state condition, certain examples have been sold for even more, proving that this wartime penny has become a truly valuable collectible asset in the modern market. Its increasing demand has made it one of the most watched British pennies among international collectors. For collectors hoping to add a 1944 one-penny to their collection, a few smart tips can help maximize its worth. Always look for coins that still retain clear details on the king's portrait and Britannia's figure. These are signs of quality preservation. Avoid coins with heavy corrosion or deep scratches, as these can lower market value. Storing the coin in a protective holder or album helps maintain its fine condition and ensures long-term value. If you come across one in your collection or find it at a local coin fair, don't overlook it. The 1944 one-penny is a strong investment piece that's only becoming rarer with time. The United Kingdom 1944 one-penny is much more than just a bronze coin. It's a timeless symbol of British resilience, artistry, and history. Its wartime origins, distinguished design, and rising auction prices make it a prized possession for collectors around the world. Whether you already own one or are searching for this gem, now is the perfect time to appreciate its beauty and value. This coin is living proof that even the smallest denominations can hold incredible historical and monetary worth. So keep your eyes open. You might just have a 1944 one-penny sitting in your collection that's worth big money in today's market. Next up, we're diving deep into one of the most sought-after and historically significant coins from Great Britain, the United Kingdom, one penny from 1939, especially those found in a circulated black shade condition. Don't be fooled by its age or its simple appearance, because this particular coin has become a true gem in the world of numismatics. Many collectors and investors around the globe are keeping a close eye on this coin as its auction value continues to rise in the international coin market, especially in dollars. Let's start with a little history and background. The 1939 one penny was minted during the reign of King George VI, a period that carries immense historical importance as it marked the beginning of the Second World War. This year's penny stands as a silent witness to a world on the brink of great change, adding emotional and historical depth to its value. The coin was produced at the Royal Mint in London, and despite being issued in relatively large numbers, very few have survived in collectible condition today. Over the decades, environmental exposure and natural oxidation have given some of these coins a distinct black or dark tone patina, which actually enhances their rarity and beauty rather than reducing their appeal. Now, let's talk about the unique features of the coin. The obverse side proudly bears the portrait of King George VI, designed by Thomas Humphrey Paget, showing the king facing left with his Latin inscription around the edge, Georgives 6D, G, BR, OMN, Rex F laughing face, IND, IMP. The reverse side features the iconic figure of Britannia, seated majestically with her trident and shield, a long-standing symbol of Britain's strength and maritime heritage. The detailing on these coins, even in circulated black shade condition, remains impressive, with fine craftsmanship that reflects the Royal Mint's superior quality standards of the era. When we come to rarity and collector demand, the 1939 one penny stands out as a true treasure. Although it was part of a regular issue, most examples in average condition have lost their luster or been damaged over time. However, those preserved with a dark, rich black tone have become exceptionally desirable. This unique shade is not a flaw. It's a natural toning that enhances the coin's vintage charm. Collectors from the UK, the US, and even Asia are actively competing to acquire high-grade or well-preserved black-toned 1939 pennies, driving auction prices higher each year. The coin's connection to a pre-war era, combined with its aging beauty, makes it one of the most talked-about pieces among British bronze coins today. Let's explore the current market value in dollars. Depending on its condition, a circulated black shade 1939 one penny can fetch anywhere between $155,000 in today's collector market. But that's just the beginning. Coins with exceptional eye appeal or those verified by professional grading services like NGC or PCGS have been reported to sell for even higher values, sometimes reaching over $350,000 at major online auctions. As demand continues to rise and fewer well-preserved examples remain, the value of this coin is only expected to increase over time, making it a great addition to any serious collection or investment portfolio. For those passionate about coin collecting, here are a few tips for collectors. Always handle your coin with care. Avoid cleaning or polishing it, as that can reduce its collector value. Instead, store it in a dry, protected environment or within a coin capsule to preserve its natural patina. If you're lucky enough to own a 1939 one penny with a rich black shade, consider having it authenticated and graded, as certified coins tend to attract higher bidders. Keep an eye on reputable auction platforms and collector forums, because opportunities to find such coins in good condition are becoming increasingly rare. The United Kingdom one penny 1939 is far more than just an old piece of copper. It's a living piece of British history, a symbol of resilience, and a collector's delight. Its black-toned surface, historical context, and growing international demand make it one of the standout coins of the pre-decimal British era. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a new collector, this coin represents a remarkable opportunity to own a piece of history that continues to gain prestige and value in today's market. So, if you ever come across one, hold on to it because this humble penny could be worth far more than you think. Next up, the United Kingdom one penny 1916. This coin is a true piece of British history, and despite being over a century old, it continues to attract massive attention from collectors and investors all over the world. Even in circulated worn condition, the 1916 one penny is considered a highly desirable and valuable coin in today's auction markets, especially when it comes from an original minting batch and retains its clear features. So, let's uncover the amazing story and lasting value of this incredible copper penny. The history of the 1916 one penny takes us back to the reign of King George V, who ruled the British Empire from 1910 to 1936. During this time, the world was in the middle of the First World War, and coins like the 1916 penny played a key role in everyday life, being used in countless transactions by soldiers, families, and merchants across the United Kingdom. Struck at the Royal Mint, this coin represents the strength and unity of the nation during one of its most challenging eras. Its production reflects Britain's economic and industrial power at the time, and today it stands as a living reminder of that history, carrying both numismatic and emotional value. The unique features of the 1916 one penny are what make it such a standout among collectors. The obverse side of the coin features the detailed and dignified portrait of King George V, designed by the artist Bertram Mackennal. His image is encircled by the Latin inscription, Georgives V de Jare, Brit. OMN, Rex FID, Def, IND, IMP, which translates to George V, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. On the reverse, the design showcases the classic seated figure of Britannia, holding her trident and shield, a powerful symbol of Britain's strength and naval dominance. Even when worn down by circulation, these elements remain beautiful and iconic, giving the coin an unmistakable vintage charm that appeals to both beginner and expert collectors. When it comes to rarity and collector demand, the 1916 one penny has achieved legendary status. Although millions were minted, finding authentic pieces that have survived more than 100 years is becoming increasingly difficult. Many have been lost, melted down, or heavily damaged over time. Even circulated coins with visible details are now being snapped up quickly by collectors who recognize their historic importance. The fact that these coins were used during wartime makes them even more special. They hold not just monetary value, but also deep sentimental worth. Collectors around the world continue to chase the 1916 one penny because it represents a rare connection to the era of King George V and the height of British history. In terms of current market value, the 1916 one penny is performing strongly in international coin auctions. A well-preserved example in circulated worn condition can easily fetch between $165,000, while better quality or rare mint mark versions can reach even higher, sometimes selling for over $275,000, depending on grade and collector interest. Exceptional pieces in fine or very fine condition have been seen reaching hundreds of dollars at major numismatic sales. The demand is increasing every year as collectors realize the finite supply of these coins, and this steady rise in value makes it an excellent choice for long-term investment. For those who want to start collecting or already have one of these gems, here are some tips for collectors. Always handle the coin carefully and avoid cleaning it, as natural patina and surface aging add to its authenticity and value. Store it in a dry, safe place, such as a coin capsule or holder, to prevent further wear. If you're lucky enough to find one with sharp details of Britannia or a clear portrait of King George V, consider having it graded professionally. This can greatly enhance its resale value in the auction market. Networking with other collectors and staying active in coin fairs and online groups will also help you stay updated on the latest trends and price movements for rare British pennies. The United Kingdom one penny 1916 is far more than just an old piece of copper. It's a true relic of history, a symbol of endurance, and a collector's dream. Its connection to World War I, its majestic design, and its rising value in today's market make it one of the most sought-after British coins among numismatists. Even in circulated worn condition, this coin tells a story of time, resilience, and value that continues to inspire. So, if you happen to come across a 1916 one penny in your collection or while exploring coin markets, treasure it, because this century-old masterpiece still shines bright in the world of rare coins and continues to command big money in the auction world today. Next up, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after British coins, the United Kingdom one penny from the year 1905. Though it may appear worn and aged after more than a century, this coin holds immense historical importance and has become a true gem for collectors around the world. Even in worn or bad condition, the 1905 one penny continues to attract strong attention at international auctions, selling for impressive values in dollars. So, sit tight as we uncover the hidden value, rarity, and incredible story behind this old bronze beauty. Let's start with the history and background of this remarkable coin. The 1905 one penny belongs to the reign of King Edward VII, who ruled from 1901 to 1910. During his reign, the Royal Mint continued producing pennies as part of Britain's long-standing tradition of copper coinage. However, the early 1900s saw limited mintage runs, and the 1905 issue was among the rarest of them all. This was a time of transition, with changes in minting technology and design refinement. The 1905 penny was struck at the London Mint and remained in circulation for decades, carrying with it the story of Britain's Edwardian era, a period of elegance, progress, and empire. Moving on to the unique features of the coin, the 1905 one penny was crafted from high-quality bronze, featuring the powerful image of Britannia seated with her trident and shield on the reverse, a symbol of Britain's maritime strength and pride. On the obverse, it proudly displays the right-facing portrait of King Edward VII, engraved by George William de Saulles. Even when the coin becomes worn or faded over time, these distinctive designs remain iconic, representing one of the most memorable coin types in British numismatic history. The combination of artistry, symbolism, and historical context makes this coin an irresistible piece for collectors who appreciate both its beauty and significance. Now let's talk about rarity and collector demand, and this is where the 1905 one penny truly shines. The mintage of this coin was relatively low, and over the years, many of these coins have disappeared from circulation, melted down, or damaged beyond recognition. As a result, surviving examples, even in poor or worn condition, are considered highly desirable. Serious collectors and investors around the world are always on the lookout for authentic 1905 pennies because of their limited availability and powerful historical background. The coin scarcity has ensured it remains in extremely high demand in today's rare coin market, and that demand continues to grow each year as fewer pieces surface. The current market value in dollars, the numbers are truly eye-opening. Even a 1905 one penny in worn or bad condition can fetch anywhere from $180,000 at auctions, depending on its overall appearance and legibility of details. Meanwhile, coins in better preserved states can easily exceed $230,000 or more, and certified mint examples have been known to sell for over $350,000 in prestigious numismatic auctions. This incredible value for a coin over a century old proves that condition is not the only factor driving its worth. Rarity and collector enthusiasm play a massive role. The 1905 penny has earned its reputation as one of the most valuable Edwardian-era bronze coins ever struck. For those interested in building a strong coin collection, here are some tips for collectors. Always focus on authenticity. Ensure that your 1905 penny is genuine by comparing it with official references or consulting professional coin graders. Even if your coin looks worn, never underestimate its worth, as many collectors prefer owning a real piece of history rather than waiting for a perfect one. Store it properly in a protective holder to prevent further wear and oxidation, and keep records of where and when it was acquired. When the time is right, these details can significantly enhance its resale value at auctions. The 1905 United Kingdom one penny is far more than an old piece of bronze. It's a timeless symbol of British heritage, royal history, and lasting value. Despite its worn condition, this coin has proven that rarity and historical significance can far outweigh physical imperfections. Its charm, scarcity, and growing collector demand have made it a true highlight of the Edward VII series. If you ever find a 1905 one penny hiding in an old collection or inherited box of coins, don't overlook it, because even in its most humble state, it could be worth a surprising amount of money in today's dollar market. Next up, we are diving deep into the world of one of the most iconic and classic British coins, the United Kingdom one penny 1967. Even if your coin shows signs of rust or age, don't underestimate its potential. These coins are gaining impressive attention in the international auction market today, and their demand is growing rapidly among collectors worldwide. So, sit back, relax, and let's explore why this 1967 one penny can be a hidden treasure with significant dollar value. The story of the 1967 one penny is deeply rooted in British history. This coin was minted during the reign of Elizabeth II, a period when the United Kingdom's traditional currency system was still in full swing before decimalization. The 1967 penny represents the final years of the pre-decimal era, making it a beloved piece of numismatic history. What makes it even more special is that this particular coin is one of the most recognizable bronze pennies, featuring the seated Britannia design, a powerful symbol of Britain's strength and legacy. When we talk about the unique features of the 1967 one penny, it stands out with its classic bronze composition, beautiful Britannia seated to the left, and the clear inscription, one penny, along with the year 1967 at the bottom. On the obverse, it carries the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II facing right. Even coins that have developed a rusty or aged appearance carry a certain vintage charm that many collectors adore. The wear and patina on these coins can actually make them even more attractive to certain buyers who love authentic, untouched historical pieces. Rarity and condition play a major role in determining collector demand, and the 1967 one penny is no exception. While many of these coins were produced, not all have survived the decades in collectible form. A rusty but original coin can still be highly desirable because it speaks of age, history, and authenticity. Serious collectors often seek coins that have not been overly cleaned or altered, as they prefer the natural look of a piece that has stood the test of time. This is exactly why the 1967 one penny remains in high demand. It carries both sentimental and historical value that goes beyond surface shine. Value of the 1967 one-penny coin is showing a strong presence in the auction market today. Depending on its appearance, originality, and collector interest, its price in the US dollar market can range from $185,000 for common circulated examples to well over $273,000 or more for rare, rustic, and well-preserved ones with unique patina's. Collectors in the United States, the United Kingdom, and other parts of the world are willing to pay a premium for coins that capture this level of historical and aesthetic appeal. Auction records continue to highlight the growing recognition of the 1967 penny as a collectible treasure, and prices are steadily climbing as more collectors enter the market searching for authentic British heritage coins. For collectors, here's an important tip. If you own a 1967 one penny in rusty condition, do not try to clean it harshly. The natural aged look can be one of its most powerful assets. Instead, store it safely in a cool, dry place, preferably inside a coin holder or protective case to prevent further damage. If you're looking to buy, keep an eye out for coins with sharp details that show the portrait and Britannia clearly, even if there's surface rust. Authenticity and originality will always be more valuable than artificial shine. The 1967 one penny is more than just an old coin. It's a true historical gem with growing collector appeal and strong auction potential in today's market. Its rusty condition doesn't lower its worth. Instead, it adds to its vintage personality. As more people around the world recognize the value of these classic coins, their market value in dollars continues to shine brighter. So, whether you're holding on to one or planning to hunt for one, remember this humble bronze penny can be your ticket to a surprisingly valuable treasure. Keep collecting, keep searching, and you might just find your next big win hiding in plain sight. Next up, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic and highly sought-after coins in British numismatic history. The United Kingdom one penny 1964. This coin, though over half a century old, continues to shine brightly in the collector's world, especially when found in very fine condition. Its beautiful design, rich historical value, and strong presence in the international auction market have made it a favorite among serious collectors and investors alike. So, stay tuned as we uncover why the 1964 one penny is not just a coin, but a piece of timeless British heritage now valued in big dollars today. The story of the 1964 one penny coin takes us back to the final years of pre-decimal British coinage, a time when the United Kingdom was transitioning toward a modern currency system. Struck under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, this coin was one of the last bronze pennies produced before the decimalization change in 1971. It carries with it a historical significance, representing the end of an era and the beginning of a new monetary age. The 1964 penny is not merely a small piece of bronze. It's a reminder of Britain's rich past, its royal legacy, and its craftsmanship in coinage that set the global standard for excellence. The unique features of the 1964 one penny coin make it stand out in every collection. On the obverse side, it proudly bears the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, which captures the grace and poise of the monarch in her early years. The reverse side features the majestic figure of Britannia, seated with her trident and shield, a symbol of Britain's strength, maritime heritage, and resilience. The coin was struck in bronze, measuring 30.81 millimeters in diameter and weighing 9.4 grams, giving it a solid and impressive feel in the hand. The crisp details, fine rim, and bold inscriptions make the 1964 one penny a visual masterpiece that continues to impress collectors around the world. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin truly special: its rarity and collector demand. Although millions were minted in the 1960s, finding a 1964 one penny in very fine or better condition has become increasingly difficult. Over time, most coins were circulated heavily, losing their luster and details. However, coins that have survived in very fine condition or higher are now seen as highly desirable collector's pieces. The demand for this coin has grown tremendously, especially among international collectors who value pre-decimal British coins for their design and historical importance. Because of this rising interest, the 1964 one penny has become a star in today's coin market, consistently selling for impressive prices when preserved well. Let's move on to its current market value in dollars. In today's auction market, a 1964 United Kingdom one penny in very fine condition can fetch anywhere between $155,000, depending on its sharpness, color tone, and preservation quality. Coins graded as extremely fine or uncirculated can even go much higher, sometimes reaching over $365,000 in major international sales. Rare proof strikes or coins with exceptional eye appeal have also caught the attention of high-end collectors, selling for premium prices. This strong demand clearly shows that the 1964 one penny remains a valuable investment coin, holding both historical prestige and growing financial worth in the numismatic world. For collectors, there are a few important tips to keep in mind when dealing with this coin. Always ensure your 1964 penny is stored properly to maintain its shine and surface quality. Avoid cleaning it, as that can reduce its value. Look for coins that display full details of Britannia's trident, shield, and Queen Elizabeth's hair strands on the obverse. These sharp details are the key indicators of a coin in very fine or higher condition. Also, consider getting your coin professionally graded by a reputable service like NGC or PCGS if it's in outstanding shape. Verified and graded coins tend to attract more attention and significantly higher bids at auctions, especially from serious buyers abroad. The United Kingdom one penny 1964 is far more than just an old bronze coin. It's a treasured piece of British history that continues to shine in the collector's world. With its elegant design, historical charm, and ever-growing demand, this coin has proven itself to be a valuable and rewarding addition to any collection. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced numismatist, the 1964 one penny is a brilliant example of how history, art, and value can come together in one small yet powerful piece of metal. So, if you happen to come across one of these beauties in very fine condition, hold on to it, because it might just be your ticket to a valuable and highly prized collectible worth big money in today's dollar market. Next up, we're diving deep into the story of one of the most fascinating and collectible coins from post-war Britain, the United Kingdom, one penny 1948. This coin, especially when found in a black, rusty, or aged shade, holds an incredible appeal among collectors and numismatists around the world. You might think an old, discolored penny isn't worth much, but you'd be surprised the 1948 one penny has become a sought-after piece in today's international auction market, commanding impressive prices in US dollars. So, stay tuned as we uncover its history, design, rarity, and the strong collector demand driving its current high market value. The story of the 1948 UK one penny takes us back to a remarkable period in British history, the years following World War II. The nation was rebuilding. The monarchy had recently seen King George VI ascend the throne, and the British economy was in recovery mode. Coin production during this time was both a symbol of stability and renewal. The one penny coin of 1948, struck in bronze, reflected the enduring strength of the British Empire and its royal legacy. These coins were minted at the Royal Mint in London and circulated widely across the United Kingdom and British territories, making them a part of everyday life. However, over time, many of these coins disappeared from circulation, melted down, or were damaged, making surviving pieces, especially those with unique tones and shades, much harder to find today. What makes the 1948 one penny stand out among collectors are its unique features and distinct visual character. The obverse of the coin features the portrait of King George VI, designed by the famous engraver Thomas Humphrey Paget, showing the king's dignified profile surrounded by the Latin inscription Georgives 6D, G, BR, OMN, Rex F laughing face, IND, IMP, which translates to George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. On the reverse, you'll find the iconic image of Britannia seated proudly with her trident and shield, symbolizing Britain's power and heritage. What adds further beauty and intrigue is the color variation seen in some surviving coins, such as the black rusty shade that often appears due to natural aging and oxidation. Rather than diminishing its appeal, this tone gives the coin a vintage charm and antique elegance, making it even more desirable to high-end collectors who appreciate authentic, aged patiness. When it comes to rarity and collector demand, the 1948 one penny is now in exceptionally high demand. Though millions were originally produced, very few have survived in well-preserved or visually striking conditions. The coins that remain today, particularly those with an even, rustic dark coloration, are considered gems of the mid-20th century British coinage. Collectors love coins that tell a story, and each 1948 penny with a naturally aged surface carries decades of history, from the post-war rebuilding era to the early years of the Commonwealth. In the current numismatic world, these coins have become symbols of resilience, beauty, and historic craftsmanship. Their demand is growing not just in the UK, but also in the United States, Canada, and among global collectors who appreciate vintage British coinage. In today's auction market, the United Kingdom one penny 1948 can reach impressive values depending on condition and tone. Coins in fine or very fine circulated condition can sell between $250,000, while those with strong details, minimal wear, and a rich aged patina can command $270,000 or even more. In special cases, when the coin has exceptional eye appeal or is graded by a professional service in top condition, values have been seen exceeding $340,000 in international auctions. The market continues to climb as more collectors seek complete King George VI penny sets, and as unique color tone pieces become increasingly scarce. The black rusty or deep brown shaded examples are now considered collectors' favorites for their authenticity and artistic charm. For collectors and treasure hunters, there are a few important tips to remember. Always handle your old bronze coins carefully. Avoid cleaning or polishing them, as this can remove the natural patina that adds to their charm and value. Store your 1948 pennies in a dry, cool environment, and consider using coin holders or albums that protect against humidity. If you come across one in your collection or from a family inheritance, don't underestimate its potential. Have it appraised by a professional numismatist or listed at a reputable auction. You might be surprised by the bids it attracts, especially from overseas buyers. The 1948 United Kingdom 1 penny is far more than just an old coin. It's a historical treasure, a beautiful symbol of Britain's post-war strength, and a shining star in the world of collectible coins. Its deep-toned, black rusty appearance tells a story of time and endurance, making it a standout piece in any collection. As global interest in vintage British coinage continues to rise, the value and prestige of this coin only grow stronger. So, if you're lucky enough to own one, consider it a small yet powerful piece of history that holds not just sentimental worth, but impressive value in today's booming auction market. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with fellow collectors. And tell us in the comments, which one penny IP coin do you have in your collection?